Hey, and welcome back to Talk a Better Worlds. This is the Talk a Better Worlds podcast. I am Sir Felix the Cat. We are on episode 29. With me, as always, I have Hawk. How's your day?
Yeah. How's your day?
Yeah, it was a day. It was pretty quick. Pretty much painless for the most part.
Yeah.
Some hiccups, but things happen.
Yeah.
So, what have you been playing?
So it's been a journey. I started with within the last week. I started with Mafia 2 and played that until I got to a point where it you can't load specific save files. So I had a break happen with the save file that I have and would have to restart the game to get to the point that I was at again. So I stopped playing that and played Mafia 3 until it broke. And then I played, I just uninstalled them. And then I started playing, a couple different, just shopping around. But then the Illuminate attacked. Okay, so I got on Helldivers. And in between Helldiver sessions, I've been playing a game called Boat Crew, which is like Bomber Crew, but with a boat.
All right.
How about you?
Really just East. Like that's been it. East 10 Nordic. That has been my life for the past few days. I mean, I haven't put really too many hours into it, maybe 20. But yeah, that game's fun. That game is awesome.
It looks fun and sounds fun too, from what you've been telling me.
Yep. Yeah, there's so much you can do in it, and just sailing around doing the battles is fun enough. Just making money. Like not even grinding for experience, just grind for money and for the fun of sailing around.
Because number go big. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, number go big, you buy more things. That's all that matters.
Humans are pretty simple. It's why you do anything. Number go big, get new things.
Yep. All right, let's get into some news, and let's start off with a big number. So on Friday, Dick Van Dyke turned 99.
Jesus.
Yeah. And what's kind of cool is I don't care for the band, but Coldplay did do a music video and had Dick Van Dyke in it. And like he wrote it at Dick Van Dyke's house and all that stuff. Like,
oh, wow.
It was kind of thinking about Dick Van Dyke and his career when he wrote it. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. It's a interesting little music video showing him doing a little bit of dancing, trying to do some of his old moves from back in the day. But so he had an interview done, and he said there's something he wants to do. And apparently at 99, he is trying to get a gig on a TV show.
Really?
Yep. He wants to work, keep himself busy.
I mean, what kind of TV show are they going to do? Like, I mean, okay, like I know he's like beloved and stuff, but let's say he gets a TV show. Okay, they sign the contract. Let's look at it from the background. They have a contract for one season and they'll renew it if it kicks off. Okay.
Yeah.
What if the dude dies mid-season? Like, I mean, it's coming. It's coming.
Just got to write it in.
Like, what kind of show would it be, I guess? Like, if it centers on him, then the show's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he'd have to be like the grandpa who's at the house, something like that. Some family comedy type thing, some sitcom.
Yeah, but do sitcoms do well anymore at this point?
I mean, TV ones, cable is basically dead. So it's hard to value anything with that. Netflix, their whole thing, and I think Disney does the same thing. If it doesn't get X amount of watch hours within the first couple hours of being released, it's a failure.
Done. Yep.
Which so, I mean, it's hard to gauge because there's been some good shows that unfortunately didn't get announced well enough. So we didn't know about them, watched them late, but it's already canceled.
Yeah, that's the stupid part about Netflix is they have these like just wild expectations. And if a lot of companies seem to be doing that now with games and shows and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with shows, you have to binge them, not just watch an episode. You have to watch that whole season the day it came out.
Yeah.
Or else you are not getting a season 2.
Yeah. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's terrible. But I mean, I just want him to maybe put his ideas into creating a show, because he still does have like a comedy mind. So let him be on that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like create the show, be behind it, give ideas. Because I mean, it'd be cool. Like then you could just have him like cameo once in a while, like just show up for no reason. That works.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting if he was able to get onto something, but I don't know. I just hope they don't like bank it all on him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's scary to do with really any show. Ever since what was that? Oh, what was the one where the dude died? Was it 7 Rules to Dating My Daughter or something like that?
I have no idea.
Or some rules. There was some show. Main guy died, and it just kind of like threw the whole thing off the rails.
Yeah, I've seen that happen with some shows. You know, it's a shame because like then you have the whole question of like, do we replace the actor and keep the character, or do we write the character off? Like what is it? It happened on the one Star Wars show with the dude who played the Punisher in the second lesser liked Punisher movie. I love that guy. Like I forget his name at the moment, but he's an awesome actor. Everything he's in is really cool. And the character he played in that Star Wars show was amazing. Really, the first like interesting character we've had in a Star Wars show in like a decade.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then he dies real life, and it's like I would rather them replace him and keep the character, but usually they don't do that.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's hard to come back from that.
Yeah. But it's crazy that he's still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, and it like leading up to his birthday, basically the only thing he was saying, like, you know, if I make it, or, you know, I won't be around for the next one. But now, I don't know. I guess things change in a matter of days.
Yeah, maybe he'll live long enough that they could, you know, like ice him and bring him back in 80 years or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Some Futurama stuff.
That'll never work, man. I hate that. The whole like cryogenics.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So Disney likes to do things, and they already know what their next reimagining action movie is, like live action with a lot of CG movie.
Oh boy.
And so we already know they're doing Moana. The Rock let everybody know that. And yeah, so they chose their next one. Do you have any guesses what it could be?
Oh Christ.
Think of a Disney princess. I'll make it easier for you.
They already announced Snow White, didn't they?
Yep, Snow White. They did Little Mermaid. They did Beauty and the Beast. At least I think that was Disney. The one with what's her name? Emma Watson.
Yeah. Who else? I mean, I'm not too up on my Disney princesses.
Yeah, I actually think this might be when we did that Disney princess tier list. I'm pretty sure this was one that you said you didn't watch.
I don't know. Who is it?
Tangled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I didn't watch this one.
Yep. It's going to be interesting.
It's just Rapunzel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is dumb.
This
is stupid, dude.
Yeah. I want to see how they're going to do the hair, because that's what it's all going to come down to, is how are they going to use the hair? How's it going to look?
CGI. That's my call.
It's got to be great CGI. It can't be trash. Like there's no way that's going to fly.
It's gonna be trash. This is gonna be like a $150 million movie, and it's gonna look like it was made for like 10 at most. That's my call.
Yeah. Who knows? Oh, and then remember a month or two ago I was talking about the Super Sega?
Yeah, this guy who like made that system.
Yeah. So things have been rolling around in that. I've just been letting it cook before I talk about it again. It's just gotten better and better. So Sega is not a fan of the name of the system. So they, came out and like officially told him like, stop, like sent him to cease and desist.
Yeah.
And he decided to come back, and because he's a brilliant man. So he basically came out and said, no, there's nothing you can do to stop me. And yeah, this guy, I mean, I could see that coming.
I love that picture.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, so Time Extension did a little report on this, and they say here, like, it's the wildest interview I have ever conducted. The Super Sega saga just keeps getting better. He made no more sense in Spanish than he did English.
So is this just like a madman? Like he's just some crazy dude?
I mean, it's starting to come off as like he might just be a known con man.
So it's what we called the when we first like covered this, and this is probably just some giant con.
Yeah. So during the discussion, Lee probes Martin on a wide range of topics, including doubts surrounding the technical specifications of the Super Sega, where the 84,000 euros raised via pre-orders is likely to go, and even the fallout from Martin's previous project, an 8K camera.
He raised 84,000 euros for this, dude.
Yeah, people want it. People want Sega to do this, but Sega won't. So this guy was like, I'll do it. Is it legit? Who knows? Like, I have no clue. I don't think it is.
Oh, and God, no. Like, I understand why people want it. Like, that'd be cool. But, like, why do they trust this guy to do it? Like,
yeah, I have no clue. It's an interesting one. But where was it? Oh yeah. So part of it is this is the wildest interview I ever conducted, says Lee, who is a seasoned gamer and used to present the TV show Thumb Bandits, whatever that is. I'm not a retro channel. I do gaming stuff, but my gaming channel is mainly my TV and radio work and my current Patreon shows and podcasts. I'm reading the wrong one. That's some guy who's just talking about this. Where is it? Oh, it was just right here. Despite repeated demands for explanation, Martin was unable to answer any of Lee's questions convincingly, saying more than once he's not an expert in the project and he's trying to fund. Fearing that the language barrier might be to blame, Lee asks his co-host Catherine Boyle, who speaks Spanish, to interview. Her opinion: he made no more sense in Spanish than he did in English. So, yeah, his main thing is, I'm not an expert.
This is definitely a con.
Yeah. Yep.
That's my official opinion.
It does not seem right.
No. Just look at the dude. Now, okay, now I understand, like, I don't look like a conventional person. I don't think either of us present ourselves like conventionally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, this dude just like, I've never heard him. I've never seen him talk, but just like he oozes con man. That's just what I get from this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's getting sketchier and sketchier, and I just hope it keeps going on because it's entertaining.
Yeah. I hope it spirals out and we get a court case and, we could cover it for the next like 5 years,
Yep. Oh, come on. There we go. Following Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, end of content announcement. Warner Brothers Games cut 99 employees from its Montreal support studio.
Oh, yep. Man.
Yep. They just had to like kind of finish off this year. Like we can squeeze out a few more.
This, I expected this. I think anyone who's been watching this has expected this, but it's still super messed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this message says it all to them.
Yeah, that's the only message to give all companies at this point, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's upsetting. It's upsetting.
Yeah, and it's all the people who, like, the people who are losing their jobs are the people who worked their asses off to make a game that their bosses told them to make. So the ones responsible are keeping their jobs, responsible for the failure that is Suicide Squad. Okay? They're keeping their jobs, but the people who just followed the orders and made this terrible game are losing their jobs, and that's not right. I think it should be flipped.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, it should. Absolutely. Oh, and then the Game of the Year awards. So I don't know if you watched that. I watched it on the night it came out.
No.
So I'm going to the most the website you would think of the most when it comes to video games, NPR. So at least they made a list for me. I was like, okay, you guys are gonna work. Most decorated games. And this is what I was saying. Like Astrobot swept. Like they did good for what they came for. They were in 7. They won 4. Metaphor did a mini sweep. Balatro. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Did a mini sweep. Black Myth Wukong. I mean, it was a good contender. I'm surprised it lost some of those, to be honest. Helldivers got, did decent, 2 out of 4. And Hellblade did 2 out of 4 as well.
I'm surprised with Hellblade. Like that Hellblade won anything.
Yeah.
Not that it didn't deserve it.
But. The story one. Story with Impact or whatever.
Yeah.
That's one where it won, I'm pretty sure. I think it was that, and then of course the actress won for the voice actor or for performance.
Good. Yeah. I mean, isn't the story about like getting schizophrenia? Like that's like she has like a mental problem, but it represents itself as like seeing visions of weird stuff.
I know the first one was. I don't know about the second one. I actually didn't pay attention to the story for the second one.
I got to play them both. I have the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to play the second one. I played a little bit of the first. I never beat it. I just kind of stopped.
I'm surprised Astrobot won because it definitely didn't deserve it. There are 3 other games on that list that could have gotten it.
Well, yeah. So, card game.
Balatro. Balls.
Yeah, Balatro should be on there. Black Myth and Metaphor.
Yeah.
But Astrobot had that pull. The Black Myth had all of China, so it had a ton of people playing it. But Astrobot, it hit audiences and made PS5 fans happy. Like they finally got like a solid good game. People aren't going to gripe about this unless you just don't like platformers. That's all it's going to come down to at that point. You don't like platformers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it leaves it open because people like that fun gameplay, kind of like getting to be a kid again. That's how I view it.
Yeah.
Because whenever I watch the trailers for it, I get like that little kid sensation. Like I want to be a little kid just playing this all day.
Yeah, no, I get that. I just think it feels like kind of a cheap win to me. Like what do they measure this on? Like, how do they determine the winner? That's what I need to know.
Fan votes.
Is it really fan votes?
Yeah.
Because I feel like more people would have voted for Black Myth. Just numbers, like hard numbers. More people would have voted for Black Myth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how well Astrobot sold. I think it did pretty well though.
Oh, it did well. Yeah. Oh no, it did really well. But like Black Myth, like shattered records.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, people liked it, and it got best game direction, which I don't know. I don't see giving that to a platformer.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. There's a couple things about this that just like that. Is it a contender? Sure, but it makes no sense that it won some of these categories.
Yeah. Best narrative, Metaphor, which it's Persona, so cool.
It's deserved.
Best art direction. I did not expect it to actually take that one.
I thought Black Myth would take it, but Metaphor would have been my second pick for sure.
Yeah, or Neva, yeah. Whatever it is.
Yeah, that one was amazing, dude.
Yeah. Best score in music, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I can't knock it. They do like big orchestra music for their game, so
yeah,
it's whatever. Best audio design, Hellblade. I wouldn't know. Didn't play the second one.
Should have been Helldivers.
Yeah, should have been Astrobot.
And winner of every category.
Yeah, Astrobot.
We swear we didn't get paid. Astrobot.
Yeah, I will say they were a good contender for music. They do have good music.
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
Best performance, we talked about that one. Innovation and accessibility, Prince of Persia won something, which is funny because that's one of the studios that Ubisoft shut down. Mm-hmm. They won the award from a studio they closed.
Ooh, yay! It goes to people who didn't do anything with the game.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly what they did there to win that. I played the game and I'm not positive what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Games for Impact. It wasn't Hellblade. This was
Neva.
Yeah, pretty art.
Neva.
Worst ongoing game, Helldivers 2 won that.
Worst ongoing game. Now you take that back, sir. Now,
sorry, that would be Destiny 2.
Yeah,
I guess both of them. Yeah, highlight both of them. So yeah, we'll throw Diablo 4 in there too.
Hey, Diablo 4 has come around. It's not good, but it's better. I will say
it's not good.
It's not
good, but it's better. That's great. Community support, Baldur's Gate. Yeah, card game. Just boom, boom, boom. VR went to the right choice. Batman Arkham Shadow because it looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, best action, Black Myth.
That makes sense.
Astrobot won another one. Yeah, Metaphor best RPG, which to me makes the most sense there out of all those. I mean, absolutely. Dragon's Dogma, if it worked on PC, and I think there were issues with it on PS5. I'm not 100% on that.
I think so, yeah.
Best fighting, Tekken 8, which again makes sense. It's Tekken, however you want to say it. Yeah, and then Astrobot won best family game, and I don't believe that because a family game I feel is not just a one-person game.
Yeah,
that seems like your obvious choice right there.
Well, doesn't Astrobot have like a pretty heavy multiplayer focus?
I thought it was online multiplayer. It could be local couch co-op.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I would have to play it. Frostpunk 2, best strategy. I can see that. It looks very good.
I got a problem with this because it's sim strategy game, not just strategy. If it was just strategy, Frostpunk 2 would take this. But simulation strategy game, that's got to be Manor Lords.
I don't know. It's got to be Kinitsugami, Path to Goddess, the one that we don't know about.
I definitely know what that is. I'm just not going to tell you.
Oh, it's one of those like weird content things that pops up on the e-store every once in a while.
It's like all the time.
Yeah. Every other tile.
Gotta sift through the sea of porn just to find good video games.
Yeah, it's a disaster. Best sports went to what was FIFA.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I feel like it just isn't that every year?
Well, it's because the fan base is just massive.
Yeah, they're worldwide. Like it's a very big selling game every year, even if they don't change anything.
Yeah.
Best multiplayer, Helldivers. Best adaptation, obvious choice. It couldn't really be anything else.
Oh, it was destined to be Fallout.
Yeah. Most anticipated, whatever.
I mean, how there was no GTA 6 may as well have been the only game in that category.
Yeah, and then kind of Metroid Prime 4, but that's like a sliver of the people who want to play GTA.
Dude, there's whole memes about stuff we got before GTA 6. like
Yeah.
half the planet. I'm serious. I seriously think you're going to see an actual drop in international productivity the day GTA 6 comes out.
Yeah, probably. People calling off from work.
Yep.
Content creator was Queso. It's the only one I've ever heard of, and I don't even know who he is. Best esports game, League of Legends, whatever. Esports athlete, Faker, which I like that. That's his name.
That is a good name.
Esports team, T1. I don't know any esports teams. And then player's voice, which I don't know what that means, but I think it's just like what's a great game? And people said this one.
See, and that's where I think Black Myth would have won Game of the Year. There's got to be something else going on in the background for how they pick it.
Well, I mean, it should have been Genshin Impact. It's the best game of every year.
China Spyware 3724, yeah.
And then I think this is my last one coming up. Yes, there was a game I want to talk to you about. The PC game show happened.
Mm-hmm.
So they're showing off like all the new games, and there's this one called Legends of Awen: Rise of Fianna.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a tactical RPG, and it looks really good. It looks very pretty, like very pretty.
Let me see.
And it's kind of like just looking at it. It's if the Wasteland games decided to have a baby with Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. I like the whole like Celtic mythology kind of vibe they're going with on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably gonna be a pretty solid, CRPG top down kind of old school style.
Yep.
Classless character creation.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It is gonna be good.
You got Bard, Druid, and Warrior. Oh, this is cool, dude. I like this.
Yeah, this was my pick of the announcements they had there. By far.
You could go through like being non-violent. You could straight up just be a pacifist through the game too.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm putting this on my wish list.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things about this game. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's like that I forget the name of it right now, but there's that Australian Wastelands type game.
Yeah, I forget the name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It reminds me of that. Like it's got those vibes to it because that one it's not like Wastelands. It just set in a similar theme.
Well, and I guess that one, the execution wasn't too good on that one from what I've seen from people.
Yeah, it does have its issues. It's not the worst game I've ever played. It's more interesting than whatever that one on phone is. I can't remember what the heck it is. You hate it. Yeah, Adam. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't turn out good.
Yeah. But this will. I have faith in it.
I hope. I'm going to follow it. I put it on my list.
Yep.
I like that werewolf.
And that was, I think, all I had. Oh, no. Hold up. We're on the topic of a year wrap-up, kind of, like a holiday episode. Like, this is our last live show of the year. Let me do what I want to do. So one of the things we're also going to talk about is what we're looking forward to for the next year. And this kind of brings up that topic.
Yes.
Nintendo Switch 2. There's been a lot of third-party equipment to go along with this new system that's been like leaking constantly, showing like basically the size of it and all this and what the controllers look like and whatnot. And which is funny. So on the back, there's buttons on each of them, and it's right on the side of the like R2, L2. on the inside, and people were like, "What is this mysterious button?" It's like, well, it's to detach it.
It's
like I'm pretty sure the current controllers have something to detach it to, unless I'm just mistaken.
Who knows?
I don't use the Joy-Con, so I really wouldn't know. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things leaking, and people were saying, "Oh yeah, I was going to show up at the Game Awards," and I don't know, but it's not showing me the pictures.
Just like
that's lovely.
3.
Yeah, Half-Life 3 was going to be shown. Like, absolutely, I fully believe it.
Maybe next time. I fully
believe it.
I still believe it's going to be shown this year.
Yeah, at the Game Awards.
Yeah, which are done, but it's going to be shown.
Absolutely. So we're going to see if I can pull up stuff here. I'm tired of this thing not leaking. So yeah, so here's one of them. It's like a grip case you can put on it.
Okay.
And then here's a skin that goes onto it, which is it's a digital edit. If you zoom in, the A button is the A on it is a little off to the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, to like fully be making these things seems like they must have the dimensions. Plus we've seen this. This is the Joy-Con.
Oh yeah, no, I think at this point, like the Switch 2 is almost done with production. Like we're definitely at because when you start to see leaks from third party like attachments and accessories and stuff like that, we're close. Like we're real close to the release of the Switch.
Yep. And the one thing that people need to look more into to tell me what it is. So let me see if I can find a picture.
Like a kickstand?
Just trying to see the top of the console. I think this is not what I want to do. There we go. Cleared up. They have a secondary charger port at the top.
Why?
It's still on the bottom, right where this cutout is, basically.
Maybe
yeah, there's something there. So there might be an accessory. There might be an accessory. Yeah, something like that. This is what a lot of people think is going to happen. There's going to be like a second screen type thing. But there's also another button on the controller, which has got people guessing. And it's right here. Here's your capture button on the standard one. This is your home button. Then there's this button, and it has a C on it. So people are like, oh, maybe it's a casting thing. Maybe it's going to work like a Wii U. You can cast the image to the TV and then use your screen as like the secondary screen that the Wii U had.
Now that I could believe. That sounds like something they would do with the Switch 2. That way you don't have to dock it. You could just cast it right to your screen. That makes sense.
Yep. But also, I guess it's supposed to have a dock mode. At least some of the leaks. I can't confirm that at all. Some of the leaks that were going out was in the dock, it's going to make it just shy of 4K or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to be 1199p.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like just shy of 4K, you're talking like if it's like above quote 2K, you're talking more powerful than the PS5 at that point.
Yeah.
Which it's not going to be that.
Oh heck yeah! I told you it's going to have all the teraflops.
It's going to have every teraflop, dude. Now I would be excited if we got a 10-inch screen on the Switch itself, like that. Which is totally doable, and I think they might do it with this one. I don't like the idea of them opening it up to have like the two screens like they did with the 3DS. It sucked then, it'll suck now.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm excited to see what they do.
Yep. I am super looking forward to this console. I really can't wait for it. I want to have some fun with it. But yeah, there's the two back buttons I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Which they're in such an awkward spot. Why would you think they're a button you're going to play with?
Well, think about it. Okay. You and I talked about this before. When you hold a controller, do you put both fingers on like the L1 and R1 and R2 and L2? Like, do you put
No,
your index and your middle finger?
Nope, just one finger.
That's what I do. I do just one. So think about it. You're holding the controller, right? Like a Switch. You could use your middle finger to press that button right there. And it would not be an awkward, like it's a little more awkward than most consoles, but that would be doable.
Once your fingers have to go kind of like that because you're having to come or
well, you just scrunch them in, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like that'd be awkward placement.
It's still awkward, but I could see the design thought for that. But what the hell would it be for? Like, are they an extra button, or is it like something that maybe opens something up, or who knows?
It's the ejector for these because they're magnetic, so it's got to have something push it away.
That's definitely what it could be. I could definitely believe that.
Yep. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. My wife has been playing Pokemon lately, so I'm kind of gearing up for more Pokemon myself.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what they do with Pokemon on this new console, because the stuff they've been doing is both great and terrible. So
that's like my video that I put out today. Like, it's a wish list. Like, this is what I want them to do.
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah.
Add these things.
And I want a good Zelda game. I'm sorry. I understand I know you feel the same way, but if anybody watches this, I'm sorry. I know you probably like the new Zelda games. We did not. And we wanted something a little bit different. So I hope they do that and mix it up a little bit instead of just making, Breath of the Wild 3 effectively.
Yeah. Well, I believe they said they were walking away from Breath of the Wild. Like, that was the end of it. Like, that saga's over, which is cool. I would like them to not jump into remakes, which I feel like is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because that's all anybody ever asked for when they play a game is, I want the remake now. I mean, the only company that ever listens to us is Naughty Dog. They just keep giving us remakes over and over, remasters over and over and over.
Well, dude, how could you forget about the peak of the remaster mountain? The company that's released the same game, I think 6 times at this point. 6 or 7 times at the very least.
EA Sports.
No, well, besides them.
They've released the same game multiple times, many different types of games.
No, they're the kings of
amazing.
That, yeah. But at least they try to hide it. I'm saying this company released just the same game as is and told you it was the same game like 6 or 7 times, maybe even more. Bethesda.
Oh, yeah. Well, they gave us the one that has some updates on it for console, or at least for Switch. That's the only one I could defend it for is Switch. That's it.
The definitive edition was pretty good, and then they had that like the next definitive edition or whatever that had some mods that came with it and everything. It's kind of cool for consoles, yeah.
And then Switch is the true definitive edition.
Yeah, the definitive, extra definitive edition.
Yep, you can play it with your Move, like your Wiimotes or whatever they call them, Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
You could get some Zelda gear and whatnot, like the Master Sword.
Yeah, they have Link's outfit with the Master Sword and shield, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
pretty dope. Yeah, that was but yeah, they're going to end up doing more remakes. They're all doing them right now, and some I don't mind. Like, say a game's been out of print essentially for, I don't know, 25 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to go back and play it, like Skies of Arcadia. I would love them to do something like just put it back out there, make more people be able to enjoy this, find out about it.
Yeah.
But that's the reason I don't really mind remakes too much unless they're too soon. And that's why I called out Naughty Dog, because I feel like theirs have just been too soon, just period.
Yeah, like I've got plenty of games from old consoles and even on PC that just don't work on Windows 10 or were never ported to PC or anything. Like I was super excited when Freedom Fighters came to PC, and I did not hear anything about it beforehand. I didn't expect it, and bam, it's not a remake. It's just kind of a modern port. So it's an upscale in terms of resolution, not even textures or anything. And then they ported it to PC. I'm totally for that, for everything. Like port old games onto new consoles just like that, where you bring it over as is, make it higher resolution, bam, works on a new thing.
Yep. Like those what were those games by Elix Studio, the before Elix and before Risen?
What's it called? Gothic.
Yeah, Gothic and Risen. Like the fact they just basically they did update the graphics a little bit, but yeah, just port them straight over to Switch.
Yep.
It was like that's great. Yep, that's something I wanted. They gave me something I truly wanted, which is more from that studio, which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, God. Well, it's cool because like getting Gothic to run on PC today is relatively difficult. Like you need to go through some hoops to get at least Gothic 1 and 2 running well enough on PC. So it's cool that they ported them to Switch.
Yeah, it is quite dope. But let's talk about this past year. Let's talk about some highs and lows and just moments that stick out to us. I shouldn't say that we enjoy. Some of these might not be enjoyable things. Like one thing that stands out is like tons of people in the game industry lost their job.
Yeah,
like tons of them, an insane amount, which is not a good thing. So I don't enjoy that. I enjoy other people suffering.
I'm Mr. CEO.
Yeah. I'm not rich enough to enjoy it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And then like we had, I don't know, what did we have this year? We had for movies. Wasn't Deadpool and Wolverine, wasn't that this year? Or was that last year?
Deadpool, yep.
Yeah, so we had a good movie. I don't know what else came out this year. We had that.
We had the Terrifier 3. Terrifier 3 came out, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Dune Part 2, which I have yet to watch, but Dune Part 2 I know it's going to be good. It's Dune. Yeah. Civil War from A12, I think. Is that what they're called? Or A24?
Something like that. I can't remember their name right now.
It's A something. Basically,
A24.
A24. I love everything A24 puts out, even the bad stuff. So Civil War was really good. Did you watch that one?
Nope, not yet.
You should. It's a lot of people people got hung up on the whole fact that like Texas and California joined forces, but it's like it's a stupid fictional scenario that's trying to say something else, and you got sidetracked by that.
Yeah.
But movie wise, what else did we have? I want to see The Apprentice, even though I hate its character.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yep. Yeah, it makes me sad to say that. But also it's what's his face? It's Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan.
Yep. Furiosa came out too. Feels like forever.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that dope Blue Angels documentary.
Oh, dude, that was probably my favorite thing I watched this year.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Best movie, Borderlands.
Things we don't enjoy. Borderlands.
Spaceman came out on Netflix. That was the Adam Sandler serious space movie.
I still need to watch that.
Yeah, it's really good. If you don't like his comedy, don't worry.
I hate his comedy. But I don't like that he played a Czech. I just don't like that he played a Czech. I don't know. There's plenty of Czech people out there who are actors who could play Czech people, you know?
Yeah.
But like the guy from Stargate Atlantis, they had a Czech guy on Stargate Atlantis. His dad was Czech, and he could speak a bit of it, and he played a Czech character. But I don't know. I don't like Adam Sandler, but the movie looks good.
Yeah. We also had Beetlejuice. You were excited for that one?
God, yeah, yeah. I'm thrilled, dude. Let me tell you, I bought 13 tickets just to see it over and over again.
Yep.
Ugh, God, did anybody like that movie?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
Because it kind of fizzled out.
Let me share this.
Which one am I on?
I'm on this one.
Oh, right. So Beetlejuice. It got decent. Got
Really?
decent, really. 6.7 out of 10, 76, and 7 out of 10.
How, dude?
Oh, people like characters that are pedophiles.
It's got to be fan bias. Like most of the people who saw the movie are fans of the first one, so they're gonna like it.
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
Yep.
A Quiet Place Day 1. I still need to watch that.
I don't.
I like the idea of A Quiet Place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the first 2 movies are great. I like them. We also have this one, Imaginary. That weird movie.
I heard that one sucked.
It's weird.
Or did we watch that one?
Weird. Yeah, we watched it.
Yeah, that's right. It did suck. It did kind of suck.
It was weird.
I will say it had some cool visuals and like ideas. Like I like how they painted that door to open up the like spirit realm. Wasn't that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, but it wasn't put together very well.
Yep. Little flashback. That one was a 4.7 out of 10, 24%, and 1.9 out of 5.
That's brutal, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that bad. Like it was still watchable.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the things they did were interesting. Like at least when it got to like at least film wise and how they did that whole room.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a by the numbers, like early 2000s horror movie. That's effectively what it was.
Oh, yeah. And I've heard this one's really good. Oh, it got mid.
I don't think I ever even heard of that one.
Yeah, I know nothing about it. It's Halle Berry.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, and there's this one that came out, and I need to see it. This is on my list. It's What's Inside. So the whole plot to this one is, pre-wedding reunion descends into a psychological nightmare for a group of college friends when a surprise guest arrives with a mysterious suitcase that starts to tear the group apart. So this guy comes in and he has like this briefcase that when it's opened, you'll switch bodies with someone else in the room. And it gets to the point where they start wearing name tags of who's on the inside.
Oh, okay.
And then all hell breaks loose. I like I said, I need to watch it. It's on my list, but it's on Netflix, I believe. Yeah. Little trailer they show there. They end up starting like plot against each other.
Okay.
Like someone's like weaving distrust in between them.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good like thinking kind of movie, you know?
Yeah.
But not too
much. Wild.
Not too much.
Yeah. And then there's The Crow, which I need to watch, which got destroyed. Yeah, I got it boosted, came back a little bit on IMDb.
That happened.
But still low.
I bet you it's probably like a 6 out of 10. That's my guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, but the best movie, you missed the best movie, Madam Web.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, where was that?
Just to the right. Yeah, right
there we go. Yeah, that's... God, I hated watching this. Like, it was painful to watch. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I gave up.
You gave up?
Yeah, I did not watch the whole thing. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It doesn't even get a 4 out of 10.
Dude, we could watch some.
It gets an 11.
Like, we can have fun watching some god-awful movies, but you gave up on Madam Web.
Yeah, I finished that one that I told you I watched today. Like, I sat through the whole thing. And that was painful. But this, I couldn't even do that.
God, dude. Is there anything redeeming about it?
The cast is genuinely good.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, they're all genuinely good at what they do.
Yeah.
I don't know about this guy, but at least these 5.
Isn't Emma Roberts like insane? Didn't she bite her like boyfriend's ear off or something?
Oh, she's crazy, but
She's a good actress.
yeah. I mean, she's like her aunt.
Who's her aunt?
Julia.
Julia. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, just look at the lips. There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
All you need to see is that area.
I could see it. Definitely some plastic in them lips too.
Probably. Yep.
Yeah, the cast of that one is pretty strong. So it's surprising. Like the writing must have been like really, really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was terrible. The whole movie, it was just it I don't know what's going on there.
It makes you wonder how bad this Batwoman movie was, or Batgirl, whatever that movie was. They got that WB scrapped. Like, how bad was that if this made it out into theaters? Even though it's given different studio. I know WB and Disney aren't the same, but the fact that something like this could make it out, but that movie couldn't.
Well, here's the question. Okay. I saw someone on YouTube who was doing a live show, and one of their commenters asked them, why is writing so bad today in movies and games and all this stuff? And the guy said that it's bad, but the people doing the writing and the people on the project think that it's good. Which is a terrible thought, that these people think that this stuff is really good. They're so full of themselves that they think this stuff is amazing. So was the Batgirl movie actually good?
Who was it? Someone who was in it. God, somebody was interviewed and they were asked about that. And they were like, they don't care that it was scrapped. One of the actors in it.
Oh.
So I think it was that bad.
That bad.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I guess I'm glad we didn't get it then.
Yeah. Yep, something to be thankful for. But what other stuff did we have this year? We had some. We've already talked about good games. We had a lot of good games come out.
Oh yeah.
They might not be like the AAA games, but we had a lot of good games come out.
Yeah, most of my favorite games from this year are like hard indie games.
Yeah, I mean, mine. One of them, the producer is a big name. Would be that Mario Brothership game, because it was a lot of fun, and it is sadly one of those games you do have to tell someone you just got to play through the first part, just get past the first part, and it gets really good. Because the introduction training tutorial part is not great. It's not bad, but it's not anything that stands out to you. It's just going to be kind of like, this is mid.
Yeah. Well,
but then once it opens up, it's great.
Like, how long would you say you have to go before it gets good?
If you just focus on doing what it wants you to do, maybe 2 hours.
Okay. That's not bad.
Which is long enough for someone on Steam to be like, I'm just refunding this.
Dude, like 5 minutes is long enough for people to I mean, people seem to judge stuff within a couple of minutes of playing, which, I mean, you have impressions. Don't get me wrong. Like, you can have impressions on something after a couple of minutes of playing it. Yeah. But, and if you know yourself well enough, you can have a good idea of whether or not you're going to like what's coming after just a little bit of playing. That's totally fine. But to be like, oh, the whole game sucks after playing it for like 10 minutes, like, no. Or to say the opposite, oh, the whole game is great after 10 minutes. No, you don't know.
Yep. No, it's trash. It's trash. I played it for 10 seconds. Loading screen came up and I quit. Not enough water.
There was this game that was a multiplayer World War III shooter called World War III. It's just called World War III. And I bought it day one because it looked really cool. And I sat on a loading screen for an hour and a half before I finally gave up on it and gave it a bad review.
Yeah.
Didn't get to play it at all, but I was like, I think I literally, in the review, I just said, fix your shit, and gave it a thumbs down.
Yeah.
That's justified.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, for reviews, this is like off topic, but did I tell you about the bad Xbox reviews, like on Xbox Game Store, for Sleeping Dogs?
I think you mentioned it, but I forget. I don't think you went into too much detail on what. Like you
They
said,
were
they gave it bad reviews.
Yeah, some of the people just brutalized it. Like one was comparing it to whatever GTA came out around then, which that was PS3, so I'm guessing that's 4.
Yeah, before I think. Yeah, before.
Yeah, how it wants to be 4, but it's a bad ripoff. How the driving is junk. How the gameplay is boring. The fighting is bad. The fighting is bad.
The fighting in a fighting game is bad.
Yep. Story's too short, which I only beat it once, and I played that game for a ton of hours, but I also do a lot of side nonsense. A lot of exploring. Yeah, they were overall just pretty brutal with it.
Yeah, I think like people have.
And people complain it didn't have online.
Oh yeah, get the hell out of here! Like, not everything needs to be online. Not everything.
Yeah, and it was a newer review that did that too, and it was saying something about comparing it to GTA 5.
Oh my god, they're leagues. It's like comparing FUBA to BASEBA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're different games. I don't understand that. People seem to make comparisons that just don't work and take all the wrong things and compare them. Like you can make comparisons with certain things. Like I'm sure you could compare GTA and Sleeping Dogs. There are some crossovers there.
Yeah, there's cars, there's people, people die, things happen, and
There's
you have a
story.
house. Yeah, there's a story. You live somewhere.
I mean, like a legitimate thing would be like, okay, they're both crime-based story games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're both the games that take place in a one centralized city and involve crime and involvement with crime and the stuff that you get into around that. And it's a dramatic story taking part within some kind of crime syndicate. They both involve that. But so like if you're comparing story beats, then sure, but you can't compare the two in most other things.
Yeah, especially not in combat.
No. You have a beat 'em up and a third person bad shooter. Like, let's be real. Like the shooting in GTA is not good.
No. Nope. It is very bad. But yeah, Sleeping Dogs is great.
It is, yeah. So is GTA. I mean, they're both great.
I lost interest in GTA. 4 was cool. I didn't play 5. I played someone else's account, just playing around, walking around the city. I didn't really play the game.
Yeah.
And then played a little bit of online. Again, I was just running around exploring essentially and dying. Yeah, that's it. But I lost interest in it. Like my favorite would probably be San Andreas. And even then, when I think back on that game, I hate a lot of it.
Yeah, 4 is my favorite. I think, like for me, the biggest thing about GTA is the believability of the open world and the story. And 4 just takes the cake, hands down. I still think it's the best GTA made.
Yeah. Oh no, actually, Vice City Stories. That's the one.
Oh, I didn't play that one actually.
Yeah, I had that one on the PSP. It was fantastic. I think it was PSP. I don't think it was Vita.
I forget. I did hear people liked it though.
Yeah, I also had the Liberty City Stories, and it was. I don't think it was as good. I think Vice City Stories takes it.
Yeah, Vice City was pretty cool, but that like GTA had kind of a big identity change with 4. Like it really switched things up, but then it kind of tried to go back with 5. I don't know. I think they're a little confused.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see what they do with 6. It's not my most anticipated game. Like not at all. It'd be like saying I'm looking forward to Call of Duty. It's not going to happen.
That would still be worse. I would judge you if that was your most anticipated game.
No, my most anticipated game is Destiny 3.
You mean Destiny 2, the update?
Yeah.
It's
called Marathon.
Yeah. Oh God, dude, that game, I have zero hope for that game, man.
Oh no, it's going to tank. Sadly, it's going to tank, and it's going to make Bungie. It's going to put them in a very bad spot.
Well, hopefully it doesn't.
Daddy's going to come down and talk to them.
Yeah. And hopefully it doesn't kill the company, and hopefully they learn something from it and go back to making narrative-based shooters with a strong multiplayer element. Like, Bungie made 2 games with every game they released, like Halo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got your campaign and you got your multiplayer, and they're effectively 2 different games, and both are great.
Yep. Yeah, what else did we have this year that was a disaster? Look at the bad things. I like looking at the bad things.
Disasters. I mean, we talked about Borderlands.
Yeah.
Well,
politically, we had an interesting year. We had a former president who then was a campaign for president, had like an assassination attempt where somebody missed him, but grazed his ear partially, and that was fantastic. Shot the guy and killed the guy behind him. The president guy then goes on to like make fun of him behind the scenes and recordings, and that's very upsetting to hear. And then we had a president decide like, oh yeah, I'm running. Psych. Now there's no time. I'm not running, and I'm going to endorse my vice president. And that was just a bad idea. Like, it went downhill fast. It was kind of fun to watch. Seeing, especially like on the political end of YouTube, looking at all like both the right people like flipping out, saying like how she's going to go straight communist and all this stuff, and then you had all the people on the left saying like, oh yeah, she's going to be great. Yeah, but shouldn't we have had a vote? Shouldn't there have been like, some sort of say from the people?
What, a primary?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Wouldn't that be great?
What do you mean? You mean democracy?
Yeah, the other thing that Helldivers calls out all the time, democracy.
Well, see, I thoroughly back the idea, the political ideology of Super Earth. They're alleviating us from the burden of choice. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We got David with us. How's it going? But yeah, we had a very interesting political year. We had fun things on TV. Like, we had another guy on Jeopardy come out and just make an ass out of himself. Like, I think we had a couple. One guy was I can't remember what the thing was, but he came out and said it, and it was like something about help myself to some sausages or something like that. And it was like 2 of the words were just completely wrong, and there's no way it'd be sausages. Yeah, that was fun. And then another guy, his guess was right up the butt.
Oh.
And that was not the thing.
I mean,
it was a common saying, which that was the clue. It was like, it's a common saying.
Maybe for you, man.
Yeah,
that's a common saying. Yeah,
fantastic things. It was a great year to laugh.
Yeah, honestly, this was a year of comedy and tragedy.
Yeah,
just like the last couple of years. Honestly, I'm going to say the last decade.
Well, I like to go back and look at 2020. 2020 was the year that just never stopped giving. It was there letting us know every day, hey, I'm here. I'm here.
I mean, I want to look. We got to do this. Maybe we should do a show on this where we like look over everything that's happened, good and bad, that we think of, like that everything that we like and everything that we don't like that happened in 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2024, and see which was the worst of the last 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. We could do that. Maybe when we come back.
Yeah.
Since we'll have a couple weeks off, we can research.
Yeah.
Whatever research is.
I don't know. Straight up.
We're just going to come on here and we're just going to make stuff up. It's okay.
Like, I don't know what other people do for this whole YouTube thing, man. But I wait till like basically there's like 2 or 3 hours before it's the next day, and I'm like, oh, that's what I'll make a video on.
Yep. Yep. That's how I did today's video. I got up first thing yesterday morning and I was like, okay, I got to make a video now. I have no clue what I'm going to do this on. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it on Pokemon. And then I just started talking with the camera. I was like, I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Oh, man. You know, I feel like a lot of people on YouTube just have no idea what they're doing. I think most people have no idea what they're doing.
Well, have you ever gone onto YouTube and like, say you watch multiple gaming channels? So you have Game Ranks, Triple Jump, What Culture, Gaming Bolt, whatever all these other ones are. And one does a video on, let's say, Street Fighter, like Street Fighter 3. They're talking about Street Fighter 3 in this video.
Yeah.
And like a day later, the other one puts out Street Fighter 3. And then next day, another one did. And then maybe the next day, 3 of them did. And it's like, I know you guys did your videos 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So how? How?
Well, it's because this is the problem. This is where I want us to be different. Like this is want to talk about like future plans, year in review, stuff that we've experienced, like going through this ride of having a YouTube channel for almost a year at this point. Like where I want us to be different is what the problem you run into with these channels is that they're all covering the same stuff because they're all covering the highest level stuff. And there's only so much stuff happening on the highest level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where like you could join that club and be 1 in a trillion and never get anywhere and have no one listen to you. And you're saying the same stuff that other people are saying, or you could do what I think we're trying to do, at least what I hope we're trying to do, where we talk about the lesser known stuff. Like I know we talk about a lot of indie games. We talk about a lot of lesser known movies. We talk about lesser known shows, and I want to talk about books and stuff, but that just never performs well. I just like, it'd be great to talk about books and all, like even comic books and stuff, but just barely anybody's going to want to watch that because the algorithm sucks. The crowd's there, but we'll never reach it, you know?
Yeah.
But that's where I want us to be different. I don't want someone to look at those guys and then come to our channel and be like, oh, they're just covering Street Fighter. Because that's what everyone else covered.
Yep. Yep. It's sweeps week. We're going to see the same thing over and over.
Yeah. Well, you see that with everything now. And because it's so homogenized, like the algorithm will pick you up if you're covering A, B, or C. And if you cover D, then you just get shoved in the background, and some people may see you, but nowhere near as many as if you're covering A, B, or C, even though you're saying the same thing as everybody else covering A, B, and C.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's why I liked one guy I watch, Jules Gill. He still does What Culture, but he opened up his own channel elsewhere. I gotta quit hitting this cord. But he went over to his new channel, which I'm just blanking on the name of. Whatever it is. And they cover the less known games. Like he does a weekly show, which is the like hidden gems essentially, or just unknown games. And it's fun watching those because it's like, okay, I may not know of a lot of these. I'm getting something new. I'm not going to hear the same like 10 games over and over every single day, just in a different order and about a slightly different thing.
Well, yeah, and that's why I like a lot of the like gaming list videos that we've done so far, because we talk about a lot of lesser known games, and it seems like at least the people who watch them seem to appreciate that too.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I would do that for the Nintendo, but there's not really many lesser known games that are actual games on it.
Yeah.
There's lesser known titles on there. They're just not games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could talk about older stuff too. Like I noticed we've done that, like kind of retrospective stuff for going back and like, hey, I played this again and it's been like a decade or two since I played it, and I think it'd be good if you did it too. Like looking at the older stuff that basically people don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go back and play Overwatch 1.
Yeah. Do you think anybody's still playing that?
I don't think you can even play it anymore. I think once 2 came out, they closed it.
Oh, they killed the servers?
Yeah.
That sucks, dude.
Yep.
That's
life.
It costs nothing to keep those for the company. It costs nothing to keep at least a couple servers up.
Yeah. Nope.
That's
Get rid of them.
Dude.
Well, they had to, because people would have gone to 2 and then been like, "No, I'm going back."
Yeah. If they
knew that is the whole reason they got rid of those servers. I'm pretty sure that's what it comes down to. They knew they messed up.
I absolutely believe that. That's the only thing that makes sense with that. 'Cause, I mean, come on, like these people who are looking at the background, they have to know. They have to know that what they're offering is shit compared to what they had before.
Yep. And I mean, we had to wait. They gave us the promise of like, hey, you know how you like those cool little like PvE modes that we did every once in a while in Overwatch 1? Well, hey, we're gonna make them like a just standard thing in 2.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're canceling that.
Oops.
Yeah, like thank you. Thank you. The only thing that made me want to go buy the second one, or I guess it's a free game, so go download the second one, was for that mode. And now there's just no reason to do it.
Yeah. I just, you know what would suck probably more than anything outside of the job that we do, because I hate our job, but like just the field that we work in. But what would suck is being a developer on one of these games in that position where you can't do shit about anything. You put your head down, you code, and you make the game, but you know the game that you're making is god awful. That would suck, dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not good to do what you don't like. Like, have you heard the stuff about Finn McKenty?
I know you and I both watch him, but what about him? I don't know, like background industry stuff.
Well, he quit. He quit YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't know Finn McKenty, Punk Rock MBA, he did music or videos about music, rock scene, different types of rock. He would pick out a genre, like a subgenre of a subgenre, and dive into it. And it was interesting. I liked his content. But sadly, apparently, he hated it the whole time. He absolutely hated it. He has no interest in music.
Wow.
Yeah, he did a big interview, and I was watching that. And I was like, wow, this is shocking to know, because I enjoyed pulling up his stuff and watching it, and he didn't even enjoy doing it.
Well, didn't he actually work in the industry before YouTube for like decades too?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe he was a music journalist.
Yeah.
But he
doesn't have any interest in it.
Shit, dude. And that sucks. Like that would suck. And I get that, like whether it's having zero control, knowing you're making a crappy product, which even you and I could understand with, what we do. Knowing you're offering or making something that's people aren't going to like, but you can't do anything about it, or just hating the field that you're in, which I understand. I definitely hating what you do.
And it kind of, if you listen to his interview, like pull it up, you'll see it. Just Finn McKenty interview. It kind of hints on that he might have hated it because all the small group of negative people who are very vocal, like always coming after him, just talking mad shit about him constantly. So I kind of see that probably getting to someone.
Oh yeah, I mean,
especially if you don't ever clap back at them, which I am not one of those people. I will clap back.
Yeah, both of us will. It's hard though, because I have to muzzle myself, dude, because I will get this channel nuked if I say what I really want to say.
Oh yeah, I think about my comment or my reply very well before I say it. Make sure I have all my facts pulled up too, so it's like I'm fact checking myself while I do this.
I mean, that's a part of the internet that I hate, man. Especially now being on the other side of it. Like, we're not big at all. We're still nobodies. We're going to be nobodies. Even if this channel actually gets somewhere, we're still going to be like a drop in the bucket. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like being on both sides now, being the commenter who's saying, I don't usually like trash people when like if I don't like something on YouTube or if I don't like something online, I just, I do the sensible thing and click off of it and watch something I do like. But like I don't say anything. Like, I mean, if someone makes a mistake, I can correct them sometimes. That is a problem I have with just everything and everybody in real life. I don't like it, I do it, I accept that. But I try not to be a dick about it. But being on the other side now and having people comment on our stuff, most of it's been good. Thankfully, most of it's been good with the stuff that we've made. Which you want to talk about year in review. Like a lot of the stuff that we've made, the stuff that has performed better than other stuff that we've done has been received pretty well, which is cool. It usually has a pretty high like to dislike ratio. We have good comments. It's cool. And I appreciate that. We have almost 200 subs, dude.
Yeah. Well, we're getting there.
We were hoping on maybe getting 100 before the year is out. Now we're looking down the barrel of 200. So that's awesome.
Yeah, like a month or two ago, we were like talking to each other like, man, it's going to be close. This is going to be close.
And then the Xbox video dropped.
Yeah.
Which I guess, I don't know. Like, you and I have talked about like why people want that, but it seems like people do. But there have been some negative comments too. And I thought about this before we even started the channel, where it's like, if we start a channel, because you and I have talked about starting a channel for years at this point before this, we have big plans and little follow through. But this time we actually followed through. But I thought about, if we start a channel, am I even going to look at the comments, at any of the comments? Because I know how easy it is to fall into just one or two people say something bad and you're just caught up in that shit for like weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard. And there's been some negative. Basically, you just have to, in my opinion, not look at most of the comments. Focus on the good ones. Don't even reply to some of the bad ones unless they're really stupid, which I'm sorry, but some of them are really stupid. Reply to the really stupid ones, but then channel the rest of it out and accept that you're going to piss people off or make people upset. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It happens.
Absolutely.
With everything.
Absolutely. Yep.
But people respect when you stick to your guns.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think if we had any. I mean, some of the worst comments were on my my Dragon Quest short, which I still come to the conclusion, like, yeah, if the artist had nothing to do with these changes, then that's bad. But unfortunately, the art was done well before he died. Like, that's just how a game works. They don't make it last second.
Yeah.
They kind of need that to make the game.
Nah.
Nah. This is a 5-second job. They did it in just a couple months after he passed. That's how they did this.
To spite him, too. That's why.
Yeah. And people coming at it about, like, I'm being dumb because I'm just not for respecting the artist. And it's like, yeah, but that nullifies your point, because the artist did this actually years ago. He did this.
Yeah.
And back then he used black, not brown.
Yeah, I mean, people seem to get real tied up over that short. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I like to watch the arguments too. And also, if anybody's watching this or watches this in the future, please, if you have an argument, comment it. I mean, we'll one of us will see it for sure. Yeah. I think you read way more comments than I do, which you're equipped to do that. I'm not, because I'm just going to get so pissed. I'm just going to go on a tirade. Because I do take the bait. But if you see something you don't like, or if you see something you do like, leave a comment, because it helps us either way. So
Yeah, absolutely.
If you hate us, please let us know.
Yeah. Send us 10 comments letting us know why you hate us.
Yeah. In fact, we'll get into a 30 comment argument strand just for you.
Yeah. It'll be great.
No, but I don't know. I think we've done pretty good for what we've had for less than a year. Within this year, I think we've done pretty damn good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very proud of it.
Me too.
Start off as just a random thing like, hey, let's actually do this now.
Yeah.
You want to just do something about being a nerd?
Yeah. Just talk about nerd shit and see if people want to hear it. Like, all right. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it works. I mean, it was that or OnlyFans, and I think we're doing better here.
I mean, hey, that's still an option. No, I couldn't do OnlyFans, dude. Even if I was hot, I couldn't do OnlyFans.
Well, that's what Patreon's for.
Yeah, the XXX explicit content will come out on Patreon.
Yeah, not just XXX. It's quintuple X.
XXXX XXX on X content will come.
Well, not on X. I'm not doing that. I'll call it Twitter.
No, until I'm gonna say this. Until hold up. Until Elon Musk acknowledges, when trans people transition, okay, like what is it? Is it daughter now or son?
Yeah, daughter.
Okay. Until he acknowledges that his daughter is his daughter, I will not call XX. I will call it Twitter.
Yep. Yep. All right. And then, so we talked about the Switch too, that being something we're looking forward to. We talked about a game, which is part of the news, that last game I talked about.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in
2025? What are you hoping for?
PKK game. There's we talked about it before. Hold on. I can't type with my mic in the way. Hold on. Bunker gun game. It's so stupid. Okay, so I'm excited for a lot of games. A lot of like very small games that I guarantee nobody watching has ever heard of, if anybody is even watching. Like I guarantee you nobody subscribed to us has probably heard of any of these things. But PVKK, I'm not even going to try and pronounce what that is in German. It's a game where you are in like a bunker that has a giant gun on it, and it's like authoritarian kind of satire game. It's very tactile. That looks really cool. And there's a lot of other games that I'm really excited for. You just go on my wish list on Steam. You could look at like Hell Raid, Broadside Perilous Waves, Tora, which is are you familiar with the movie Tora?
It sounds familiar.
It's older. It's a movie about the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
So Tora is you play as a Japanese fighter pilot in World War II in a Mitsubishi Zero. And you don't see that perspective often. So that's pretty cool. What else is there? Basically, a lot of the stuff that they announced at the Game Awards seems pretty exciting, which is crazy because it's been a while.
2?
What?
Outer Worlds 2.
Oh yeah, dude. Outer Worlds. Well, see, I still need to play 1, and I need to get over my hatred of the current paradigm to be able to play 1. Because I play 1, and I'm like, I just want to be Luigi, which is a very, very contextual thing.
Yeah, you want to be the taller brother that wears green.
Yes, that's exactly. Yes, I love green. I just want to wear green. Yeah, I don't. Nothing violent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, he does jump on things and smash them.
Yeah. I guess I do like to. I want to jump on some things and smash them. Yeah, big systems and CEOs. But
mushrooms.
Mushrooms. That's English is my second language. CEO mushroom. I get the two confused sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Outer Worlds 2 looks pretty cool. Yeah, are you excited for Doom: The Dark Ages? Do you like Doom at this point?
I mean, I enjoyed what was the last one? Eternal?
Yeah, Eternal.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. It was cool. I never got too far in it because I was playing that on Stadia.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I can't play that anymore. And then I'm interested to see how this one looks. Like get a full look at it, combat and all the weapons and everything.
Honestly, the gameplay that they showed, it just looks like Doom Eternal 2.
Yeah.
There's nothing really unique enough about it. Like, they didn't go full bore in the whole medieval vibe, which I think they should have done.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to Nomad Drive, which is a game where you have your own RV camper and you drive around the country. I love those like Zen kind of chill games. Tiny Bookshop, another game no one's probably heard of. You have a tiny bookshop in the trailer of a car. You manage it, run around and sell books and stuff.
Yeah, and then you turn it into this big company that sells everything online.
Yeah, that took its name from another bookshop.
Yeah.
Vampire Dynasty, which is you run like a vampire clan and stuff. That looks pretty cool. Strange Shadow, which is a very trippy looking, like what's that game with Norman Reedus? Death Stranding inspired game. A game you might like that might be on Switch. I don't know. It might come to Switch. It's called The Precinct. Have you heard of this one?
I feel like I have. It sounds familiar, unless I'm thinking of Escape or something about Precinct 13.
Maybe. It's a top-down cop simulator.
Precinct console game. Yes, I have seen this one.
That looks cool. I played the demo for it too. It runs kind of like shit, but I'm hoping they fix that by the time it comes out. Badlands.
No, it's a next-gen game. It's going to be trash.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, if it's next gen, it's definitely gonna be trash. Badlands Crew, which is made by the Bomber Crew people, but it's like Mad Max, and you have a war rig that you customize and stuff. That looks fucking awesome. Blacksmith Master. There's some movies coming out that I'm pretty excited for too, like 28 Years Later. That looks really good. But yeah, what about you?
Pokemon ZA. That's really it.
Wait, what is that? Did they announce that?
Yeah, that's the next Pokemon Legends game. It's gonna be coming out for Switch 1 and Switch 2.
But it's a Legends and not a mainline.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it takes place in the towns from X and Y. I believe that's X and Y, because it's ZA.
Okay. Is it like? Yeah. Does it take place back in time or? Like?
Yeah. It's near the, like, I believe the town. It's one of the main towns in that game. Like it's already on its way, but you're gonna help like develop the rest of it.
Okay.
So that it should be fun. I mean, I liked Legends 1. Everybody's hoping the same thing we do. They rework the whole like book thing where you're not just catching the same Pokemon over and over and over and over and over 10,000 times.
Dude.
Yeah, because I couldn't even imagine trying to like 100% that game.
No, not at all. My wife almost did.
Yeah, God. That is some tenacity. I can't do it.
It's a problem.
What else do I have coming out?
I don't know. I really can't think of anything. I want the Switch 2 to come out, and I wanted to see what games come out for it. Like, we got to get something interesting. I want to see some ports. More ports coming. That is 100% sure. I need more ports.
I'm for that.
And Harry Potter 2, whenever it drops. Hogwarts 2, whatever it is.
Are they still doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. They're all for it.
Is it just going to be called Hogwarts Legacy 2, or is it going to have like a subtitle?
Or
do we not know?
I don't think we know yet. Oh, wait. There's going to be co-op?
Oh?
10-person multiplayer lets you run around with friends?
That sounds kind of nuts.
That's in the original one. Hold on. Let's share my screen. Let's go through the rabbit hole together. Oh, come on. Share screen, share window. Hogwarts. All right. Let me zoom in some.
Bogwarts.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy 10-person multiplayer lets you run around with your friends. Hogwarts Legacy 2 co-op. 2 could be set in a world on fire. Like there's a lot of rumors going for this, and I didn't know that.
What's a world on fire?
You tell me.
Is that like from the books or something?
I didn't read the books. This doesn't sound familiar to the movies, unless I'm just forgetting a movie somewhere.
I don't remember that.
Let's see. I can't read that name. I don't know what it says.
What is it? Where? Oh yeah, no, it's we can't say that. No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I'm not seeing anything here that stands out as a word that relates to that. So they don't even know. They just made an article about nothing.
Yeah, that happens. So nobody knows yet.
Yeah.
But it'll be good, I'm sure. It'll be cool.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder if you're going to play as the same character, if you're going to move on.
I want to, now this is a little ambitious, but I want a Hogwarts game where we start off as a child and end as an adult.
That sounds too woke. We can't have it.
Oh, it woke. Oh yeah, Ghost of Wokai. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. Yep. And then don't forget Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Well, man.
I know. It's right there. It's tempting, isn't it? You kind of just want to be like, well, I want to play it because it does look good.
Oh, yeah.
But has Ubisoft let us down in the past?
No. No. No.
No, especially not in France. Never.
No. Not Ubisoft. No.
Yeah.
No, man. I hope it's good. I truly hope it's good.
Yep. Hopefully we get some good games.
Oh, we will. It's just a matter of like, will they be AAA?
Yeah, AAA can go away.
Oh, it is at this point. Like, we're seeing a legit paradigm shift where like the majority of games that are being praised are going to be indie games or like AA games at most.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. All right. So, do you want to move on to the movie?
Yes. Yeah, we could do the movie.
All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this fun movie. So we decided to watch. This is kind of like our holiday episode. So, because again, I said it earlier, this is our last show of the year. We're not going to do another one until January 6th, I believe the date was.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, January 6th. So yeah, we decided to watch a Christmas movie to kind of get into the spirit of like, hey, it's a holiday.
Christmas.
Yay. Yeah, and to be honest, it's not even one of my favorite holidays. It's just not. It's too much.
I don't have a favorite holiday, I think.
I have a couple. I have Bacon Day, Taco Day, Pizza Day.
That's it.
Power Rangers Day.
That's a day.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, November 7th, N7 Day.
Yeah, N7 Day, Mario Day.
Yeah, Mario Day.
March 10th.
May 4th.
Yeah. Yeah, see, there are some fun days.
Yeah, those are good holidays.
Yeah, so Christmas is a holiday, and that's a holiday that brings on movies. And some of these movies are great. Some of these movies are bad. Some movies are called bad and they're actually great. And we wonder why they have a 5.7 out of 10 or a 20%.
Holy shit.
And one of those movies is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad and a kid who had a career and it went away sadly for him and he has issues. And the great Phil Hartman.
Yep.
And Jim Belushi, Rita Wilson.
The cast is stacked, dude.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So basically the whole plot of this movie, if you haven't seen it, which I suggest you go see it. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a businessman and he's always away at work. Well, his son wants more attention. The neighbor wants to hook up with his wife and he needs to try to like fix his relationship. And one of those ways is to make sure that his son doesn't like give up on him like his wife kind of is. So his son wants Turbo Man, the hottest toy of the year, and he has to go get it. And he was supposed to get it weeks ago. And yeah, he didn't. He's a guy. He waited till last minute.
Yep.
And so that starts the adventure of him and Sinbad trying to get their own Turbo Man. What do you think about it?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I've loved this movie since I was a kid. I will love this movie until the day I die. And it's not just nostalgia either. Like watching this again, this is the first time I've watched it in years and years. Because I just kind of I blocked a lot of my childhood out for pretty good reasons. And this movie kind of got swept in with the blockage. So I thought about it like a couple of months ago because Christmas and everything. And I said to my wife that we should watch it because she had never seen it. And I guess not many people like know of this movie, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's a sleeper for some reason.
Yeah. But because it's like it was such a big movie for me personally. Like when I was a kid, I just don't. It's hard to understand how people don't know about this thing. But I guess I get it. It happens. But I love this movie. I love everything about it. This was when Jake Lloyd was still like was this after episode 1? I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. Episode 1. This is 96. No, it was before.
Okay. So yeah, this was before Jake Lloyd became Anakin. It was when Arnold Schwarzenegger was arguably at the end of his height. Like, wouldn't you say this was kind of like basically the end of his ride?
Yeah. When was the last action hero? Yeah, that was before this. So yeah, that was near the end.
Yeah. This is when Arnold was on his way out as like the action movie guy. And Sinbad was also kind of, I think, at the end at this point. This was kind of not the death nail, but it was towards the end of the line for a lot of these big actors coming off of the horse that they had been riding on for like 2 decades before this. But it's in no way bad. Like this isn't what killed it for them. This is just, well, maybe it is according to the ratings, but we need to read those ratings then. But it's got a stacked cast. It's a great story. It's a fun time. It's got funny stuff, stupid stuff. It's got cute stuff. It's an all around good movie, and it's great for Christmas. It's my favorite Christmas movie, and I think you should watch it.
Yeah, and they did that like classic Disney style thing where you make a bunch of adult jokes in a kids movie.
Yeah. Especially with what's his face and Arnold's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that you wouldn't have found as a kid or wouldn't have like caught as a kid. And I sure as hell didn't. But there's also a lot of smart stuff, like with the police badge. I won't say more in case people want to watch it, but the scene with the police badge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
It's smart. It's just creative writing, and I love it.
Well, yeah, it reminds me, it's a more chipper story than my favorite Arnold movie, but it's still about the same as it, with like a level of what they're going for in the writing style, which would be Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, It's in the same vein.
And if you don't like that movie, then you need to look into yourself. You need to ask yourself why. Why do I not like this amazing movie?
Need to do some reflecting.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the movie. It's you.
The problem is not me. It's you.
Yeah. Like, you know, when you're breaking up with someone, you just look at them, you're like, I just want you to know, it's not me. It's you.
Yeah, when you do it on Valentine's Day, too.
Yeah. Or on their birthday, you know, either one.
Christ.
So we have some 1-star reviews. Yeah, I figure these are the best ones to read. Awful Christmas movie. Don't know a single person who considers this a classic or even a good Christmas movie. The plot is that of a bad made-for-TV movie for kids. Want to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger try to find a present for 2 hours? This is your movie. All about getting a child a present, you know, because that's the entire point of Christmas.
Go to hell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I am going to be mean and I am going to be biased on this one. You're wrong. Okay.
This movie is so awful. It encourages toxic masculinity and gaslighting.
Oh my God.
Shames little people and portrays a horrible father and son relationship. Violence is meant to be comical. This shows all that is wrong with America.
And it was written 3 years ago. That makes sense. Okay. Go buy more Manic Panic Pink hair dye. Okay. It'll keep rotting your brain. That's fine.
When I watch this, I say, why is he stealing and being a jerk? They are clearly not family. This movie is horrible.
They just said a lot of nothing. What are they saying?
That he's being a jerk for stealing, obviously.
I mean, yeah, he says that he's like, oh, I'm why am I stealing from a kid?
Now, this person I get behind. I understand where she's coming from. Too many small curse words for a kid movie, especially if they watch alone. I hate that I paid $3 on Fandango as a family movie. I'm looking for a new one as I write this. I get that if she's wanting her little kids to like, especially if she goes to like church and whatnot, no swearing of any sort.
I get that, but this was written a year ago. We are in the year of our Lord today, 2024, almost 2025. And even in
the internet doesn't exist.
The internet doesn't exist. Even in 2023, kids in like 5th grade are passing around beheading videos. So I think like 1 or 2 curse words will be fine. You know, I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some of these kids that your kids go to school with, they play Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah. Enough said.
Wow. This just comes off as feeling racist. I'm just going to move on.
Wait, why do people not like Sinbad? Did he like diddle somebody or something? Like,
no, not that I know of. I mean, the only thing I have against him is that he claims he was not in that movie. The one that's part of the whole Mandela effect nonsense. That he claims that he was never a genie in a movie.
oh yeah, what's it called?
Yeah.
It's Shaq, right?
Shaq's was Kazam, so this one was Shazam.
Shazam. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. He claims it never happened. But anyways, I never understood this movie. Even Rita Wilson hates this movie.
Well, I want proof of that. Why does Rita Wilson hate the movie?
Because she got paid.
Like, I don't. It's just that. Yeah, what do the good reviews say?
Yeah, well, let's look for a mid one that's more recent. Okay. Yeah, it's corny. Yep, it's predictable. It's also a holiday movie that will have you giggling, rolling your eyes, and even seeing yourself in the wacky characters. Kids will enjoy it. Parents will appreciate it for its simplicity and dated but lasting charm. This movie doesn't try to take itself seriously, and you shouldn't either.
Yes. Yeah, that's 100%.
Way to look at it.
Yeah.
I know this is a Christmas movie, but can someone explain to me why this is a comedy and family friendly? The guy commits crimes just to get a toy, and most of these scenes end with violence.
Dude, what is up with all these soft ass people, man? Like,
hold on, you got to say the right word. Snowflakes.
I mean, they're kind of acting like it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
It's a movie, dude. It's not like he goes and blows someone's brains out for an action figure or something. Like, it's not. It's a hijinks, stupid movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this movie was kind of dumb. I also think that Howard sounded like a zombie.
Like a zombie?
Who's Howard?
Isn't he? Oh, what's this? Isn't that the guy who's trying to get with Arnold's wife?
No, that was Ted. Because the reindeer was also named Ted after the dad. And then the kid answers the phone saying, "Oh, mom's over petting Ted."
The reindeer stuff had me fucking laughing. Like, especially because they used a lion sound effect.
Yeah.
And then when it's knocked out, it's like,
Yeah.
It's so stupid, dude.
Wait, Howard, that was Arnold.
Oh, he sounds like a zombie? Well, yeah, the acting
Arnold.
is not like Arnold's acting is not that great because he's Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger is not known for his acting.
What do you mean? He's greatest ever.
He's the Academy Award winning actor, man.
He can do multiple types of movies. He can do serious, where that ends in violence. He can do comedy that ends in violence. He can do violence that ends in violence.
Very wide range, man.
And he had big muscles.
A big muscle man who ends things in violence. Yeah, he's very dynamic as a character. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And his twin brother is Danny DeVito, so obviously he's fantastic.
Oh yeah, I will. On the one comment, it was like it has a bad like it has a bad take on like little people and stuff like. I don't know what they want to call themselves today. I can't keep up. But it has a bad take on like. There's one scene where it's like, okay, it's kind of in poor taste today. There's also, I think I mentioned this when we were working. I don't know if you saw it, but there is a poor taste, like vaguely anti-Chinese racist thing at the start of the movie, which is not great. But like, you also have to keep in mind, this is from what, almost 30 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
So there's some stupid stuff in it that's not great, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah, and the worst thing about this movie, it inspired a sequel starring Larry the Cable Guy. And I said I watched another movie today. That was it. I don't suggest watching that one. I can't. Even if I hate you, I don't suggest you watch that movie.
We need to measure movies in Madam Webs. So how many Madam Webs was that movie?
Well, how do I rate that in Madam Webs? Because I couldn't finish Madam Web, but I was able to finish this one. I'm not saying it's any better, but it had one good actor in it.
Who?
He plays the stepdad in that movie. I can't remember his name. I have the internet.
Ask God.
Yeah. Cast. Oh, there he is.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he was the highlight of it.
Okay. Who else is in it? God. Who are these people?
Well, this is Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, him. I know him, unfortunately. I wish I could delete him from my mind.
Let's go over all the people I know. Well, that was fun.
The only guy I recognize is this Brian Stepanek guy.
Yep.
And
he was good.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah. Oh, these were actually sisters. I thought it was just like a green screen, like double take thing. Okay.
Well, that's cool. They got actual sisters, I guess. There's at least.
Yeah.
Wait, I might know Broadus Madison. I might have seen him before. The cop guy. I feel like I've seen him before. What are we? Duke, Siren.
Oh, I've seen this. Oh.
I feel like I've seen this guy before. I don't know. He might have had a cameo in something that just isn't listed here.
Yeah.
Duke, California, The Unvarnished. I swear I've seen him before, dude. He looks recognizable.
Yeah. Maybe you watched this one.
Jingle All the Way too?
No, Battle of the Damned.
Maybe?
It's Dolph Lundgren, so I'm surprised I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've probably seen this. Is probably where I've seen it. Yeah, because I've watched a lot of Dolph Lundgren stuff. And those robots look like the one Gundam from the OG Gundam show. They look like the one with the claws, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. This is probably where I've seen that guy before then. Yeah.
Yeah, so final verdict. Jingle All the Way is amazing, and Last Action Hero is fantastic. Okay.
Dude, Jingle All the Way for me is like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean it's a 0 out of 10 for me because he's not shirtless enough. I need him to be like my main characters in video games. I need just a shirtless guy who's super jacked. Woman bad.
Yeah, I mean, woman bad. If like woman, then gay. So yeah.
All right, so I sent you the SCP because I think it's your turn. I think you're the one who talked about Cactus Man. Who did it last week?
We both read. Well, you read the like blurb, and then we both did the back and forth.
Okay, so let me see. I sent it to you in the private chat. If you want to take a look at it, pull it up.
Yeah, I've got it up here.
I'm pretty sure you're doing it then this week. Well, that's not a. There's no back and forth dialogue in this one. No. I can read some of these quote things if you want.
We'll just read the description. Here, let me present, share screen, entire screen, get ready for the inception.
Bum, 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 bum.
There we go. All right. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Woo! All right. So SCP-3388, object class Euclid. We'll go to the containment procedures after the description. SCP-3388 is a moon cactus, 8.5 centimeters in height. SCP-3388 is capable of physical manipulation of any and all physical objects within a 7-meter radius. I don't know what that is in freedom units. Sorry. Limited. I'm a bad American. Or maybe I'm a good American. I don't know. Because I don't know what 7 meters is. I would probably know it in feet. But anyway, limited testing showed that SCP-3388 can exert forces up to 6 to the 10th n. Is that right?
Yeah.
6 times 10 to the 7th n.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure. Yeah, math. All right. Grade A student. While a definitive pattern has not been observed, evidence suggests that SCP-3388 utilizes its anomalous properties to attain natural resources for itself. See video log 3388A. SCP-3388 appears to be sapient and can communicate via the manipulation of electronic devices. See Addendum 3388-01 for transcripts of all communication from SCP-3388. SCP-3388 was recovered on September 4th of 2017 from the living room in the house of Damien and Holly Hirsch following the death of the two aforementioned individuals. During an initial investigation of the anomaly, Field Agent Zachary Andrews spontaneously expired. That's a pretty way of saying died. Evidence provided in Andrew's videographic log pinpointed SCP-3388 as the cause of these 3 deaths. Do you want to do the video log or the containment before that?
Let's do containment because that's kind of interesting. So I guess its containment has to be like bigger than 7 meters.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah. So SCP-3388 is to be contained in a climate-controlled containment chamber at Site 42. SCP-3388 is to be kept at the center of the chamber such that the walls and ceiling are at least 7 meters away from SCP-3388. Windows in the ceiling of the chamber are to allow natural sunlight into the room. SCP-3388 is to be watered once a day through a hole in the ceiling positioned directly above SCP-3388. All personnel are prohibited from entering SCP-3388's containment chamber. Any receipt of text messages from 426-222-2887 is to be reported to the SCP-3388 project lead immediately. So a text?
Apparently. But I have a question. So how do you keep this in the middle of a room? Because I'm assuming, unless it just can't affect the floor.
Well, it could physical manipulation of any and all. Yeah, you'd have to like suspend it.
How? Like I guess like yeah, you got to have like some magic force field thing.
Yeah, I feel like the SCP Foundation would have to have some kind of like repulsor tech, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because it would literally have to levitate. It can't be sit on anything because that's something within its radius, and it could just get rid of that and then fall down, get to the next thing, fall that through that.
Yeah. And then would it count as physical if we're talking about like waves of some kind? You know what I mean? Like a repulsor wave or something, or maybe they use magnetism. You could probably do it with magnets.
Yeah, I mean is that a physical force?
Magnetism. Is magnetism a physical force? Let me ask God quick.
I think it is.
Magnetism. A physical. Well, it is a physical force, but is it physical in the sense of like wood?
Yeah, that's hard to. I might be thinking about it too deeply.
Is magnetism physical? Magnetism physics. Oh God. Okay. What am I doing, dude?
You need to look for the TLDR.
Yeah, give me the stupid version. Do magnets physical? Just watching the way magnetism is not a chemical property because it does not involve rearranging the atoms of a substance. So it's not a chemical. Okay, it is a physical property, so magnets will not work.
Yeah.
So
wind?
What if they?
But wind is physical too.
Well, then they have to chemically levitate it. Or wait a minute, sound.
Oh, so they're just gonna what's that guy's name? I forget his name, the Marvel character who uses sound. He can't talk because his voice will kill you. He has like the voice of God.
They use that guy. He just hums.
Yeah.
Just like all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how they do it. Fact. Canon. All right, so did you want to go back and forth for the? It looks like it's just one person.
Oh yeah, that's why I was saying that there's multiple of them, so we could take different turns doing the logs themselves.
Which would you want to start with this one, and I'll do the next one?
Yeah, sure. I'll do Andrew's.
All right, that works. I'll keep it ready.
Video log 3388-A. Preface. Footage of the aftermath of a reality restructuring event in a civilian home located in Tucson, Arizona. Video recorded by the late, Tuscany. Tuscany, Arizona.
2K.
Video recorded by the late Agent Andrews. Well, if he was early, he probably wouldn't have these issues.
Exactly.
Agent Andrews enters the building. The ceiling has collapsed, and the torso of one person can be seen from under the table, or from under the rubble.
Oof.
Another body on the ground is closer to Andrews. The only untouched portion of the house is the kitchen sink, so it can't destroy everything and the kitchen sink.
Oh my god.
Well, looks like we have 2 deceased. This one, he kneels down closely to the body, seems to be missing some bones, specifically 3 ribs, parts of her spine, and some sections of her skull. Andrews walks over to the sink and sees SCP-3388 in a saucepan. The pan contains a mixture of soil and bone. A clay flower pot sits next to it with a piece of duct tape stuck to it. The name Seward? Seward? Yeah?
Sword.
Sword.
Squidward.
Yeah, Squidward is written on the tape. And I've also found a cactus in a saucepan. As the saucepan begins to fill with water, the camera feed suddenly rotates 90 degrees clockwise. After a few seconds, Andrew collapses. The camera records the ground until it is retrieved. The only noise that can be heard is Andrew's phone notification tone, which stops after 10 minutes. Closing statement. The desiccated?
Desiccated, yeah.
I didn't even know desiccated was a word. The desiccated cadaver of Agent Andrews was later found beside SCP-3388. Cause of expiry determined to be rapid cell death. Ooh, that sounds brutal.
Yeah.
3388 was safely retrieved and repotted. I know desecrated, but not desiccated.
It means like if I'm not mistaken, it's like basically like mummified. All the moisture has been sucked out.
Makes sense. Rapid cell death.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that word is C-word, which if I'm not mistaken, I didn't look this up, but I didn't think about it until now. C-word just meaning like towards the sea. I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
That's what I was thinking, but it doesn't have an A.
Yeah, but you know some words in this dumb ass language, it's like they'll drop a letter when it like turns into something else, you know?
Yeah.
But that's weird, dude. I like that it desiccates people. That's a fun method of taking out the garbage. Actually, fun fact, there's a mod for Skyrim called Frozen Electrocution Combustion, which makes magic real fun because you could burn people, freeze people, electrocute people, or desiccate people.
It's not polite to hurt people.
What?
That's what we learned from those reviews. It's not polite to be violent.
Wait, but what? When did this happen?
I don't know. Somewhere between 20. What were those reviews? 4 years ago, so 2020 and 2024.
But I thought violence solved everything.
Yeah, only if you are a Italian plumber.
It's a me. Well, I mean, hasn't solved any. Well, it did solve some things. I will say that it solved some things, but it didn't solve enough. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
we need more plumbers. Addendum 3388-01. Did you read this part?
nope.
Okay. During an immediate follow-up investigation, the cell phones of Holly Hirsch and Agent Andrews were recovered. Of note were messages sent from an unregistered cell phone number, 426-222-2887. These messages were all sent either before or during the events detailed in the video log. Furthermore, during the transportation of the anomaly, additional messages were sent to Agent Tennyson, who was in proximity of SCP-3388. These messages were transcribed after Tennyson arrived at Site 42. Messages to Holly Hirsch. 6 hours ago. I am the great Carnegie's? What? Carnegius?
Yeah, Carnegius.
Carnegius, elder god and all-powerful cosmic deity, an inconceivable horror which mankind weird doth not comprehend. You will not defy me. 6 hours ago, how dare you refuse to submit to me? I shall. What the hell is this?
So there's two people talking here. So go back to the first sentence. I am the great Carnegius. The other thing is saying this feels weird.
Weird.
I want sunlight.
Sunlight. The soil is soggy. The human has rocks. Okay. Make puppets of your bodies. You fool. The soil was soggy. No matter, the body is still intact. It shall suffice. I need rocks. The human has rocks. No! Messages to Agent Andrews. Submit to me, you insignificant speck of dust in the vast, boundless desert of space-time. Man, this sounds like me talking to people on Reddit. That's what that says. Now, let's go back over the first messages here. I am thirsty. I was thirsty. Now there's too much water. This is your fault. Hey, I never asked to be gifted unto you. You don't even have the needles. I can't do anything with you. I am Pokey. This is crazy. Fine. This is fine. I can conquer the world on my own. Wait, I can't move? Why can't I obliterate this house? What have you done? I feel tingly. Oh, my void. I'm stuck here without my powers, and the dimwit who's got them is killing everyone in sight. I am a cactus. Killing? Yes, killing. You know, that's how you got your rocks and water, right? My owners brought them to me. But now they're dead. Gone. No more. Oh, I am sad. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. So this is like a god with some other person stuck in a cactus.
No. The cactus is the other voice.
So who's the other one? Who's the god?
The god is Carnegius. That's the capitals. Or the large text. Little text is the cactus talking.
But then where's the god coming from?
He somehow got grafted into the cactus.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's two people in the cactus.
Yeah.
They're like both stuck together. There's a god and a person in the cactus.
Well, the other person is the cactus. There's two people. A cactus is one, and a god is the other.
But
basically, like say I'm a cactus and I can talk. Like think of Groot. A god gets put inside Groot. So now Groot is him, but he can also talk to the god who's inside of him.
So it's a possessed cactus.
Yeah.
But the cactus is also sentient.
At least it's sentient enough to talk to the god who's inside his head and apparently text people.
This is weird, dude.
Yeah, we're reading text messages. That's what makes this wild.
Yeah. Messages to Agent Tennyson. Hey, weakling, weakling whose flesh should be obeying my every whim. Acknowledge your new god. Oh, God. Oh, geez, I'm eating my own hair. Hold on. Oh, good. Got your attention. This other guy has something to say. Come on, spit it out. I am sorry for hurting those people. I am a bad plant. Don't be too hard on yourself. Will you forgive me? All right, let's leave the man alone. Maybe I'll show you how to give someone a never-ending nightmare. Okay, thanks. We'll get out of your hair for now. Bye, puny mortal. Hey, you catch on pretty quickly, little guy. I am a smart cactus. We are a smart cactus. What?
Yep. The god's losing his mind as the day goes on.
This is very strange, dude. So yeah, the cactus is sentient, and the god is also in the cactus.
Yeah.
And both are texting.
Yep. Yeah, I don't get how they're texting. That's the only part I don't understand, but they can manipulate things that are near them. So I guess the phone might just be sitting next to it on the counter, and it's just appearing with these messages.
Well, yeah, because it can manipulate physical stuff. So yeah, the phone has to be proud. Didn't they say they were within the 7 meters?
Let's
thought they did.
see.
When they got the messages.
Oh yeah, because his body was found next to it. At least Andrew's was.
Yeah. So the phone would have been right there.
Yeah.
And they were talking to each other via text message.
Yep.
It's probably unintentional.
Wild.
That's crazy. That's one of the craziest ones we've done yet, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting one. I want to be a cactus.
Man.
I don't want to be inside one. It sounds kind of boring, but I wouldn't put one inside me. That hurt. That hurt a lot.
Well, I mean, maybe that's your thing, you know?
Well, I mean, I do try to lick my cactus once in a while.
Well, that's how you keep
things happen.
I mean, well, it depends on the cactus that you're looking, but yeah.
You got to make sure that it's got enough water, right? So you lick it. That's how you know if your water's wet.
Yeah. I mean, because you have to know if it's wettest from the standpoint of water, you know?
Yeah. There's no other way to check it.
No. And
It's
how
like
else do you know?
When you go to see if the water is warm enough for you to get into for the shower, you just stick your foot wearing your sock underneath the faucet. And if your sock gets wet, obviously the water's right.
Well, yeah. I mean, if even though the shower's on, the sock might not get wet. And that's how you know the water's not right. So,
yep.
The wettest water is wet. So,
yeah.
And then you nuke it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nuking water, that's how you make tea.
Well, yeah. And how you stop hurricanes, too.
Yeah. All the time. But, yeah, so that was episode, what did I say it was? 29.
It's been almost 30.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been at this for 7 months.
Yeah.
7 months this week. And yeah, so we're going to take a couple of weeks off, and then we're going to come back on January 6th, and we will still have regular videos between then. Just not going to do the live show. It's around holidays. People want to be with their family. If you don't want to be with your family, then I'm sorry, we're not keeping you entertained. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's all we had. And until next time, you guys take care.
Stay safe.